Just want to welcome you all here tonight, and thank you all for coming to this special event. And I'll propose maybe the first of several toasts, not only to Ryan and Briana, but to all of you here tonight. To health, to each other, to this moment when we all gather together, to life. Lift your glass, just launch it.
Salute.
Hello, everybody. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Jacqueline, Briana's older sister. I've had the pleasure of knowing Bray for the past 32 years. When we were really little, I was more than happy to have a younger sister to boss around. My eagerness to control her may have led to our love-hate relationship as little kids. In true sisterly fashion, we had our shares of ups and downs. We could be enemies one minute and best buds the next. I'm sure our parents could attest to a few screaming matches, doors slamming, and maybe an arm being ripped out of its socket. Purely accidental, of course. But as the years went on, we created a lot of wonderful memories too. Being 2 years apart, we were built-in playmates and friends. We shared many great times playing together, having nightly chats before we fell asleep, getting in trouble, ganging up on our little brother, etc. As we entered the high school and college years, we created even more fabulous memories, most of which are too inappropriate to share today. The bottom line is, through thick and thin, we've always had each other's back, and I couldn't have picked a better partner in crime to go through life with. To attest to the whole having each other's back thing, when I was dating my now husband, Scott, Bree kindly and graciously interrogated him because he was 2 years younger than me. Let's just say I was a little surprised when she introduced me to Ryan, who she has a few years on herself. My worries were quickly put to rest, though. For starters, Ryan had me laughing the entire time, the first time that we met him. He quickly earned the nickname Chris Farley, as his impersonations were dead on. But more importantly, I noticed he brought laughter as well as many genuine smiles to my sister's face. This scored him a few extra points. As I got to know Ryan, I realized he's more than just a funny guy. He's kind, loving, generous, and humble. After all, anyone who takes a girl to a Justin Timberlake concert on their first date has to be a great guy, right? Ryan, I know I can speak on behalf of our entire family. We love you, and we are very happy to be welcoming you into our family. I know you're the perfect match for Bray, and you'll always have her back just as I did. So I'm so incredibly happy for you guys. So everybody, let's raise our glasses and toast to the new Mr. and Mrs. Mitchell. Here's to a lifetime of love and laughter.
Got a couple pages here. Ask you guys just bear with me. Just gave birth in the back. All right, hi folks, name's Brian Hicks. This has already been a wonderful day, and I intend to keep the momentum going, so I'll get right into it. Ryan and Briana, I have to thank you both for this unbelievable honor, being the best man at an actual wedding. And for providing me the ultimate small talk topic the past year and a half. I mean, even a complete stranger nods with modest approval when you proclaim, "So I'm the best man at a wedding this summer." Kind of a big deal. I've known Ryan for the better half of 17 years. Hard to believe, right, huh? From a very young age, I envisioned we'd make great buddies. I met Ryan in passing at Washington Elementary School, and we were drawn together by a common love for BMX bikes. But it wasn't until our school's rendition of Nothing Else, Bye Bye Birdie, did I know how truly special a kid he was. Ryan was cast as Ed Sullivan, of course. A rather unique role for a 10-year-old, you'd say? On opening night, when it was time for his one and only scene late in the play, he walked out with his arms crossed, kind of like this, and simply stole the show. The gymnasium was howling with laughter, and he barely had more than 3 lines. I knew then, sitting in the crowd, I wanted that guy as my buddy from that point on. And that's Ryan for you. If you give him a chance, even if it's brief, he'll make you laugh until you cry. Briana, I'm sure you can attest that Ryan is a pretty well-rounded guy. And due to a recent increased workout regimen, I'd also like to point out that he's substantially less rounded in certain areas. But you get the point. Ryan can grill like Bobby Flay. He's got the smarts to pass the CFP. Can play nearly any sport that involves a ball. Let me turn the page. He's personable, socially proficient, and he does all this while looking like a slightly past his prime J. Crew catalog model. It's okay, Rye. I'm the kind of guy you'd find in a Sears catalog, so keep doing what you're doing. There's no timeline for finding love, but Ryan seems to have found Briana at just the right time, and for that reason, it requires a brief reflection on how he's gotten here. His story is unique. It reads like a script from a movie. The all-American boy, personality plus, with a gifted sense of humor, raised right and excelling at all facets of life until he's suddenly handed immense hardship and falls upon difficult times. Except Ryan's story doesn't end there. It could have, but it didn't. The easy road would have led to a life of mediocrity. Instead, Ryan came out from this tumultuous and uncertain time in his life as a better man, looking himself in the mirror and taking great steps of progress, all the way to this very seat next to me, sitting next to the love of his young life. Ryan is the beneficiary of a tremendous core family, consisting of his amazingly strong and beautiful mother, Marianne, a hilariously creative and artistic older sister, Megan, and the delightfully cool, one-of-a-kind, younger sister, Kelly. Mark, the patriarch of the family, loving father, husband, and brother, is no longer with us, and that is easily apparent on a day like this. I respected Mark very much, and I always enjoyed seeing him and Ryan interact, whether it was on the golf course or on our morning car rides to school. Ryan, your outlandishly wild goofball, and Mark seemingly always wondering, did I really help create this nut? I like to think that Mark enjoyed having me around the Mitchell house all these years, although their constantly changing garage code had me thinking otherwise. In serious, though, the day this family lost Mark back in 2008 was a devastating day, and the circumstances were unfathomable. In a perfect world, people pass away at old age and loved ones have the opportunity to say goodbye, but this isn't a perfect world. Mark's loss left a void that kind words or gestures just couldn't repair. And with time and support, the Mitchells have emerged a stronger and more united family. There's no replacing Mark Mitchell, ever. He's here, though, today, and I'm sure of that. And I know, Ryan, he is very proud of the man you've become. You deserve that praise. Keep doing what you're doing, because hard work got you here today. When you were asked to be the man of the family at 19, you did your very best, and I can't tell you how admirable that feat is. I know I couldn't have done it. This is a part of the toast where I like to read a quick quote to you. It's from a movie the late Robin Williams appeared in, and sorry, Ryan, it's not Mrs. Doubtfire. But the film did take place right here in Massachusetts. In the film, Robin said, "We get to choose who we let in our weird little worlds. You're not perfect, sport. And let me save you the suspense. This girl you met, she isn't perfect either. But the question is whether you're perfect for each other. That's the whole deal. That's what intimacy is all about." It's only 8 pages left. Now, I'll let you two handle the intimacy part, but the part I agree with most is how none of us are perfect. Hell, I'm not perfect. I mean, do I even qualify to be up here holding this mic, Rye? Somehow I managed to get the gig. Ryan, Briana, you two know a lot about each other and will continue to learn a lot about each other as time goes by. But I can say with certainty that as I've seen you develop as a couple, you are perfect for each other. And that's what makes you both special. But I can't be the only one in this room that thinks that. Am I right, Uncle Brian? Uncle Brian. In closing, I do want to thank both wedding parties, these lovely bridesmaids I've met, and especially the 7 groomsmen seated over there, or around here. We can let loose a little bit now, I think, guys. And dare I say, let's play. Marianne, Megan, Kelly, the entire Mitchell family from top to bottom. I've gotten to know you through all the ups and downs, and thank you for always making me feel a part of your family. I feel I have so many great memories because of this. Mark and Marlena, I've enjoyed very much getting to know you both too as well. And finally, Greg, Linda, Jackie, Jesse, Briana, the entire Bailey family. This has been quite some day, so thank you for hosting us all. One more page, sorry. Premature. All right, here we go. Bring it home. I hope this wasn't a rambling diatribe. If it was, shame on me, because at the end of the day, this guy means the world to me, Risey babe. Briana, I'll leave you with this final thought. I've heard that when a guy gets married, it usually marks a point in his life where his male friendships begin to gradually decline and become more distant. To that point, I say, the hell with him. You can have this bloke. Geez, I was hoping someone could come along and help shoulder the load for eternity. Folks, I think it's time we get back to the real front now. I appreciate your patience. Let me share a very small moment in today. Let's raise our glasses, as this was supposed to be a toast, Brian. To Briana and Ryan, here's to feeling good all the time. Love you guys.
Here, here. Thank you, Mr. Ricks.